This is the 600 wing where AMHS Live just missed their work. And contrary to popular belief, it's not haunted. Oh! Hey, Danny, didn't see there.
Well, let's go check out where AMHS Live works.
Yeah, it's right in here.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Alexis.
And we're from AMHS Live. Now, you may know us from videoing games.
But we're taking a complete 180 and making a student-created show.
This is AMTV.
Hi, my name's Alexis.
My name's Danny.
Welcome to AMTV. We're super excited to be here with you.
Stay tuned because you do not want to miss the exciting stuff we have prepared for you.
First, we have Comedians in Carts, where school president Mrs. Hilton and I take you a ride through MIDI's rich history.
Next, we have Meet the Monarch, where we interview notable members of the MIDI community.
And finally, we have our very own game show, Who Wants to Be a Midionaire?
We hope you enjoy the next 30 minutes of AMTV.
This right here is the Cushman Holler 800X with a slick interior and a rugged exterior. This cart is made for all kinds of terrain. With a whopping 13.5 horsepower, this baby can take you anywhere, anytime. All-wheel drive? No. Turbo? No. Sweat-stained seats?
Yes.
With Mrs. Hilton at the wheel, let's see where we'll go. This is Comedians in Carts.
Hi, I'm Alexis Corp.
And I'm Mrs. Hilton.
And this is the very first episode of Comedians in Carts, an interview show centering on our very own MIDI community. So, Miss Hilton, can you tell us a little bit about the show?
Oh, absolutely. So we are going to take you on a journey through the Archbishop Mitty High School journey. We're going to take you from where we've been to where we are now to where we're going. We're going to talk to alumni, we're going to talk to teachers, we're going to explore the different parts of campus that are different than when they were then and where they are now. And I'm just so excited, Alexis, to take this journey with you. So thank you very much for riding us around and leading us through.
Ditto. And yes, I'm super excited to show how we've grown as a community. Like you said, there's a lot of structural differences from back when you yourself went to school here. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like, both going here in your time and how the transition to now working here has been for you?
Absolutely. So I started my MIDI journey in 1988 as a freshman. Graduated in 1992, and I remember there was 192 graduates in my class.
Wow.
So if you can just think about how much bigger we've gotten as a school, so that's number one. Number two, the complete transformation that this campus has had over the last 30 years has been phenomenal. There were portables where the 500 wing is now. The track was a dirt track. I was a track and field runner. I remember lining the track with chalk, and now we get this beautiful all-weather track in this beautiful grandstand stadium. I mean, there's just so much to be able to explore. The chapel feels the same, though. The chapel that we're in right now is just a wonderful, wonderful memory for those of us that have been here for so long. We have the original stained glass from 1964 when the Marianists were running the school, and so there's so much to be said about the history of the school and where we are now, and just coming back feels nostalgic and it feels exciting. I'm so excited for the future.
Yes, I totally agree. There's lots in store for you viewers at home. Like she mentioned, in some upcoming episodes, we're actually going to be bringing on guests to interview on our show, stemming from teachers to some new MIDI alumni, and really highlighting how MIDI has bestowed them tools and they've taken them and ran with it. I know one of the parts of this show I'm especially looking forward to is talking with those alumni. What's something you're especially looking forward to?
Ooh, I'm really looking forward to exploring the campus. There's so many wonderful parts of this campus, and I will tell you, when I graduated from here in 1992 and I look at the campus now, it's such a different place than it was 30 years ago, and so I'm looking forward to taking you all on that journey. You know, you walk around campus and you just imagine and remember all of the different experiences you had as a student here.
That's a good point. And are any of your teachers that you actually had in school still teaching here?
Let's see, Mr. Matthews, who's now our associate principal, he's the one who taught me how to write. And still to this day, even today, I have a writing that I sent to him and said, Mr. Matthews, can you please read this and give me some feedback? So he's still teaching me to this day. Who else? Bill Abb. Bill Abb is the one who really inspired my love for math. And actually, when I graduated from Archbishop Mitty, I entered Santa Clara University as a math major, little known fact. And that was totally due to Mr. Bill Abb and Mr. Ron Nicoletti, who taught me to love math and really supported me as a woman, you know, on embracing mathematics and wanting to really love math. So lots of really great memories.
Yeah, we have some incredible teachers here at Mitty, and that's one of the cool things about this place is that not only is it such an academic forward-thinking school, but like you mentioned, we have great athletics and we have overall just a community that connects us, and that's the main point of all the different activities, whether you be in clubs or you be in speech and debate or programs like that. In the end, we're a monarch, and that's what brings us all together.
We are monarchs in everything that we do. When you look at a monarchy, it's about excellence, it's about community, it's about pride, and that is what the Archbishop Mitty High School experience is all about.
And now I think as one final question that many people are looking forward to, it's very serious.
Okay.
What is your favorite Mitty cookie?
No, chocolate chip.
Ding, ding,
Ding, ding. I'm old school, y'all. I'm classic. Give me the straight up chocolate chip.
We have the right
Don't warm it up.
answer.
Now, if you warm it up on me, just a little bit of a touch. Oh, you got it.
This is why she's the president. I mean, come on, look at that genius right there. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I know we're super excited to share with you more of our Mitty life in these upcoming episodes. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Let's go Monarchs! Woo! That was fun. I hope we get some more interesting insights as we continue our journey with Mrs. Helton.
Now that we've met some Mitty management, let's go meet one of our very own monarchs, Adarsh Ambati.
Thank you for being a part of this interview, Adarsh. Could you please tell us about your experience and achievements in science?
Yeah, so I guess the project that I think you're interested in knowing about is my vital signs monitor. So this is a contactless vital signs monitor that I built that essentially can monitor the 5 major vital signs of a person's body, like the heart rate, body temperature, blood pressure, blood oxygen levels, and the last one I'm blanking on right now, but there's 5 main vital signs that it can do, and it can do it without touching the patient at all. And so this is really important for things like contagious diseases or hazardous infections, right? If we want to make sure that the person who's monitoring the patient is safe, this device could be extremely useful. And so yeah, that was one of my biggest experiences doing science because that was a long project. I also have experience building a smart sprinkler sensor, so environmental engineering. And I also did a little bit of bioenvironmental engineering where I engineered a protein. So that's a little bit different. It's not pure technology, but it's also in the realm of engineering.
What was the hardest part of those experiments?
Yeah, so I guess obviously the hardest part for any major project is coming up with the idea in the first place. When you're doing a lot of engineering projects, you want to engineer it so it tackles a problem or major facet of society that you want changed, right? So for example, the contactless vital signs monitor. I saw a problem with how patients are being monitored right now, and I aimed to design a solution that can fix that problem. So looking around for the problems in the world, that's the hardest part for me. And then you can engineer any solution once you identify the problem. The first thing is identifying it. And then of course there's the research aspect of it, which is pretty intensive. And I think with enough time and enough effort, anyone can be really good at doing the research. And then implementation, I think you really need to know certain skills of whatever project that you're working on. But that can also come with enough time and effort. But the hardest part, which really requires ingenuity, creativity, and just general awareness, is is thinking of the problem you want to solve in the first place.
And how long did the entire process of this vital signs monitor take?
Yeah, so I actually started working on this project in 7th grade, so it took a long time. I've been working on it for many years, and see, the process of engineering is extremely slow, and you have to incrementally build on a device. So the device you might implement it with one technique, but you want to do it with another technique, right? So just to give you an idea of how far this project has come, when I first did this project, I was really only able to detect heart rate and body temperature. And now I'm able to estimate pretty much 5 major vital signs of the human body, which are pretty much all the vital signs that a doctor needs to get a pretty good idea of the patient. So yeah, it's come a long way. It's taken a lot of time, but I think the end product is really useful for society.
And you mentioned that you started this project in 7th grade. What is your favorite memory involving this process?
I think in 7th grade, what happened was, so the reason, I can talk a little bit about why I was inspired to do this project first, and that kind of relates to this. So the reason why I wanted to do this project was in 7th grade, my mom had a 3rd-degree heart block, so she was rushed to the ER. And at the ER, she had to get a pacemaker surgery. And so while she was recovering from the surgery, she was wired to countless different wires and different monitors just to monitor her health. They weren't even doing anything vital. They just wanted to see how she was doing. And that inhibited her movement so much that it actually made her feel worse than she was actually doing. So I wanted to develop the solution. After months of engineering and even just able to identify just heart rate and body temperature, I wanted to test it not on anyone else first, but just on my mother. And when I was finally able to show my mom her heart rate, it was really an amazing experience for me, because it's I've come full circle. I was able to actually build a solution that could help people like her and the problem that she was suffering with.
Was it during that experience with your mom that you realized you had a passion for science?
Yeah, so I think I actually understood that I had a passion for science a couple years before. So I'm interested in many different things, so biology, environmental science, and technology and engineering. The year before, I started building the smart sprinkler system that I told you about, and it was then when I was able to on the way to school one day, I was sitting in the car listening to NPR, and then I saw my neighbors with their sprinklers turned on in the rain. And back then we were still very deep in the drought, and that the fact that the neighbors had their sprinklers turned on in the rain was causing massive water runoffs, right? And I just saw that and I was like, there's got to be a better way to do that than just automatic sprinkler systems that cause so much water waste. And that's when I started to think of the problems that I could solve with engineering. And then when I was already had been engineering for a year, and then I saw the problem with my mom, and then that just pushed me to new levels of interest in this, because now not only is there a potential world benefit, but there's a personal involvement for me to do this engineering project. My mom experienced this problem, and I was desperately trying to find a way to help people like her. So, yeah.
If you could tell your younger self something before diving into the engineering world, what would it be?
I'm just gonna keep reiterating this just because it's such an important thing. It's just be aware of every problem that you see. there are problems that might be so vast that you might think like I can't solve them. But if you just keep a mental list of all the problems that you see in society, then what engineers do and what they do really well is that they can tailor the solution or the engineering device that they build around that problem. And that's like, it's such a targeted strategy that I think it's just beautiful in my opinion, because if you can see a problem in society and build a solution that solves that problem, you can apply that to countless different things into different fields. So I don't think it's the skills that are important, it's mostly just being aware and like trying to look for solutions in the world.
And would being aware of every problem you see be something you would tell to future students that have a similar passion as you?
Yes, well, that's the first thing, right? And I'm not naive enough to think like if you just are aware of the problem, you can solve it. I think being aware is like at least 50% of the battle, right? Then after that, you need to be invested in the problem that you're trying to solve. You need to do the research, you need to learn the skills that you need to solve the problem. But again, I'm just gonna say it, like half of the battle is always thinking of the problem and the thing that you're trying to solve. And so that's what engineering is all about. It's like problem solving, and the most important thing with problem solving is identifying the problem in the first place.
Well, thank you very much, Adarsh, for coming here today, for your time and answers, and good luck with the rest of your projects.
No problem, it's very fun. Thank you.
I'm feeling pretty inspired after that.
Now, I don't know about you, Danny, but I could certainly use a few more bucks. This hosting gig just is not paying the bills. And those MIDI cookies aren't getting any cheaper.
Well, let's see which of our fellow students becomes the next millionaire.
Do you want to play a game with high risks and high rewards such as fame, money, and possible A's in class? Answer 3 questions and you'll get those prizes lickety-split. Get one wrong and it's lights out. I'm Tommy Thundershock and this is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Let's welcome in our first contestant. So contestant, what's your name and why are you competing today?
My name is Guha Sriram, and I am competing because I thought it would be a fun experience, and I also want the prize.
All right, let's get into our first question. The first question is, name something people often win on game shows. Is it A, money, B, a new car, C, trips or vacations, or D, a refrigerator?
I definitely don't think it's a refrigerator. Just doesn't seem right. A new car, never heard of that one. Vacations or money. I'm gonna go with A, money.
Are you positive?
Yes, I'm positive.
You don't want to change it?
No.
All right, well, you are correct. The correct answer is money. All right, on to the next question. Name a place where you're supposed to be very, very quiet. Is it A, a church, B, a movie theater, C, a library, or D, a bedroom?
Bedroom? No, not a bedroom. You're supposed to be quiet in all 3 other places, but I'm gonna go with A, library. I think that's...
You're absolutely sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, well, the correct answer is the library. So, next question. Name something you might be glad only comes once a year. Is it A, birthdays, B, taxes, C, for Christmas, or D, an anniversary?
I'd be happy for any of those except taxes, of course. But it's between birthdays and Christmas, I'd say. I'll have to take a guess on this one. C, Christmas.
Are you absolutely 100% totally superfluously positive that that is your answer and you won't change it?
I don't know, it's a tough one. Yeah, I'll say C, Christmas.
And that is correct. All right, final question for all the marbles. Name something people change on a regular basis. A, the TV channel. B, their clothes. C, their minds or attitude. Or D, their hair.
But people change all of those things.
The most common one.
Oh, most common one. Well, some people don't watch TV. Some people don't change their hair, so I would not say those 2 things. Their mind... Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with their clothes.
Going all or nothing. This is your answer. Final answer?
Yeah, clothes.
That is correct. You have won an Amazon gift card.
No way. Wow, no way I just won. Wait a minute, this card's been used
And
already.
that's all the time we have for today. Thanks to our wonderful contestants, and thank you so much for watching.
Oh man, I gotta get on that show.
Even with the unsatisfactory prizes?
Who knows, maybe there'll be a better one next time.
We hope you enjoyed the very first episode of AMTV. I know we did.
Our team at AMHS Live had so much fun with this project, and we can't wait to bring you more content. If you're interested in joining AMHS Live, email rolene@midi.com for more information.
You've been watching AMTV.
On today's episode of Birdwatching Nation, we're looking for the elusive blue-eyed little bee. Where is it? Oh, look over there. I think I see a blue macaw. How wonderful. The blue macaw is famously known for the bird in Rio who has a mohawk. That's right, that good-looking son of a gun. Oh, how I aspire to be like him when I grow up. See, today's episode's on hummingbirds. The hummingbirds are very well known for their ability to not only go forwards, backwards, up, down, but hover. By golly gee willikers, we've done it. We've spotted a hummingbird. I will say, he doesn't do much, but to be honest, neither do I.